Bread is one of the oldest foods in the world, but inside a modern factory, its production is a carefully timed and highly controlled process. The journey begins when large quantities of wheat flour arrive at the bread factory. The flour is unloaded and stored in sealed silos to protect it from moisture and contamination. At the same time, other key ingredients, water, yeast, salt, sugar, and sometimes oil or improvers, are delivered and prepared. The flour moves into industrial mixing machines where water and yeast are added. Powerful spiral or horizontal mixers begin kneading the mixture. Once mixed, the dough enters the fermentation stage. It is transferred to large resting troughs or fermentation chambers. Here, yeast becomes active and starts feeding on sugars in the dough, producing carbon dioxide. This gas forms tiny air pockets, causing the dough to expand. Temperature and humidity are tightly regulated to ensure consistent fermentation. After fermentation, the dough is ready for dividing. It moves into dividing machines that cut it into equal portions. Precision is essential at this stage, so every loaf has the same weight and size. The divided dough pieces then pass through rounding machines, which shape them into smooth balls. This step strengthens the dough surface and prepares it for final shaping. Next, the dough balls are shaped into their final forms. Depending on the product, shaping machines stretch and roll the dough into loaves, buns, or rolls. The shaping process aligns the gluten structure, helping the bread rise evenly during baking. The shaped dough pieces are placed onto trays or conveyor belts. The dough now enters the proofing stage. Proofing chambers provide a warm, humid environment where the dough rises again. This second rise allows the yeast to produce more gas, giving the bread its light and airy texture. The dough slowly expands, becoming soft and delicate. Timing here is critical. Overproofing or underproofing can ruin the final product. Once proofing is complete, the dough moves toward the ovens. Before baking, some loaves are scored with shallow cuts on the surface. These cuts control how the bread expands in the oven and also give it a distinctive appearance. Seeds or toppings may be added at this stage as well. These ovens are carefully controlled with multiple temperature zones. As the dough heats up, the trapped gases expand rapidly, causing the bread to rise further in a process known as oven spring. At the same time, the yeast activity slows and eventually stops as the heat increases. As baking continues, the outer surface of the bread begins to brown. This browning, known as the Maillard reaction, creates the bread's crust and complex flavors. Inside, the structure sets as proteins and starches solidify. Each loaf emerges fully baked with a crisp crust and soft interior. After leaving the oven, the bread is still hot and fragile. It moves along cooling conveyors where air circulates around each loaf. Cooling is essential because slicing or packaging hot bread would damage its texture and cause condensation. The bread gradually reaches room temperature while maintaining its shape. Once cooled, the bread enters slicing machines. High-speed blades cut each loaf into evenly spaced slices with extreme precision. Some products skip slicing and move directly to packaging, depending on the type of bread being produced. The sliced or whole loaves then reach the packaging line. Packaging machines wrap the bread in protective plastic, sealing in freshness. Labels are applied displaying product information, ingredients, and expiration dates. Each package is checked to ensure proper sealing. Quality control systems inspect the packaged bread. Weight sensors confirm correct portion sizes, and visual checks ensure packaging integrity. Any defective products are automatically removed from the line. Approved loaves are grouped and packed into crates or cartons. Robotic systems stack them efficiently for transport. The bread then is moved into storage areas ready for distribution. From raw flour to fresh loaves, this is how bread is made in a modern factory, through precise timing, controlled fermentation, and carefully engineered baking, transforming simple ingredients into one of the world's most essential foods.